Hey, I just watched The Ex-Mrs. Bradford, a 1934 mystery comedy movie starring William Powell and as Dr. Bradford and Jean Arthur as the titular ex-Mrs. Bradford. This is a very reminiscent of Powell's The Thin Man series with a sort of a crime fighting duo. I think this is a bit more on the screwball comedy side. Uh, Definitely, Jean Arthur is playing a bit of a ditzy, silly person. I mean, one of the main gags in it is when Doctor Bradford is as Powell is wrestling the villains in this piece. She rushes over with something to clock the villain and invariably clocks Dr. Bradford. And indeed, she's just shown up. They've gotten divorced. His nerves were shot because she kept on involving him in murder mysteries, and she's shown up again. And there's also been a murder. This one being a jockey has dropped dead during a race under suspicious circumstances, which he immediately says that's murder, and he's like, no, it's just a thing. It's like, no, it's turns out it's of course it's a murder, and they get pulled into it, and indeed Dr. Bradford is on the hook for perhaps having murdered the trainer. As well, it's not looking good for him, but the police let him wander about while they try and solve the thing while also having lots of kind of silly laughs and fun. There's a long-suffering British butler that they have. There's the thing opens with just all the suspects reacting to kind of reading the newspaper of jockey dies during race, the favorite to win dies during the race. So, and that the second horse paid out big to certain bets, and turns out one of those bets appears to have been made by the trainer, Mike North, but that's pretty soon we realize it's not Mike North, and we go from there. It is super fun. They've got gorgeous outfits. Jean Arthur is in just, yeah, frock after frock, which is just amazing. They light her up again. This is movie star time, and especially at the very beginning it's kind of aggressive with, oh my god, movie star lighting for her, but they kind of calm down after a while. And it's just one of those things of like, William Powell is just suave and urbane, but can do very kind of comedy, kind of pratfall jokes and stuff like that. You can see why he was built for this sort of stuff. And Jean Arthur is one of these actresses who, a lot of the actresses at the time had a very kind of artificial, kind of heightened, I'm going to talk like this with a kind of high voice and stuff like that. And Jean Arthur just seems to kind of cut through this and act like Jean Arthur. It's very kind of a contemporary, she's a very kind of contemporary feeling actress who's really got so much character and is being herself. And this indeed, this movie, and we watched the Whirlpool last night, seems to have been after a little bit of a break where she's come back and she says like, look, I know who I am and I'm going to be myself on camera. I'm not going to let Hollywood push me into being just yet another kind of cookie cutter starlet or something like that. And it really benefits from that, really benefits. She's so pops on the screen. You just so know her, and she's got kind of a quirky voice, but just is also just kind of, she's got a quick intelligence to her, even when she's playing kind of a silly ditzy character. She's always still got that kind of quick intelligence that is just a delight to watch. So yeah, it's nothing that I'm gonna, it's not going to echo through the ages as one of her great performances. In some ways, she had a more intense scene in the Whirlpool, which was a fucking bizarre movie. But this is just like her light and frothy doing screwball comedy in the way that nobody else could quite do as well as her, arguably. Yeah, yeah. So that's the ex-Mrs. Bradford. Uh, I've got about 5 or 6 more Jean Arthur movies on the PVR from the TCM marathon that just happened of the movies. So I'm going to enjoy myself catching up with all these movies of hers that I haven't gotten to see yet. I've seen Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, You Can't Take It With You, a Billy Wilder one, which was set in kind of post-world. So it's a senator one, but in post World War II Germany. I've seen those ones, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more. Looking forward to getting all these other ones, because even minor ones, it's just a joy to watch her. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.